I follow a lot of YouTube conversation and drama in what is generally known as the skeptic community. I think the term is misapplied, but at least these people are questioning each other's ideas, which I can appreciate. Anyway, one of the YouTubers gaining a lot of notoriety these days is a guy who goes by the name VeganGains. He's an outspoken vegan known for being quick to anger.
You know what I fucking hate most about you? You're a fucking pussy.
And he's really been busy debating other YouTubers in recent months. Assuming he can keep his temper in check, he's really good at getting his points across, which is much more than I can say for a lot of the people he's debated with. In fact, some of them have been pretty abysmal.
So I think my argument is pretty simple. I mean, essentially, eating meat is already moral. It's already accepted part of society. People use it as a nutrient to eat. They cook it.
VeganGains' argument is essentially that veganism results in much less unnecessary suffering as compared to meat eating, so it is the morally preferred way to live. It's hard for me to disagree with this, but that agreement is based on my own subjective moral values. I happen to place a high value on the lives of animals. Another person might not, and there's no objective rightness or wrongness to this moral evaluation. Related to this, let's examine the word unnecessary in the phrase unnecessary suffering. This word means nothing without an implied end. VeganGains has clearly stated that his survival is the end by which he measures whether eating meat is needed or not. As it stands, he asserts that eating meat is not necessary with respect to fulfilling his value of survival.
No, you can't change the definition of unnecessary.
I'm pointing out that you and I have different meanings for it.
Okay, listen, there's no separate definitions of unnecessary. It's either unnecessary or it isn't. Is it necessary to eat meat for health or well-being?
He has stated that if he were to die without eating meat, it would then be morally justified too. But for other people,
life is more than mere survival.
That is, they place a strong value on more than just staying alive. They value a fulfilling life that involves enjoying things like burgers and steaks, and killing animals is necessary to fulfill those values. VeganGains can't attack other people's values and expect to win the debate since values are subjective. I can't tell a person that they're wrong to prefer the color blue over the color orange because there's no objective truth to which color is better. The very concept is incoherent. But this doesn't mean that he should just throw up his hands and decide that there's no argument to be made. In fact, he can readily show that a large percentage of people are moral hypocrites, myself included, when they claim to value something and then act in a way that betrays this value. As a personal example, if I lived in a hypothetical world in which I had to hunt and gather my own food, and every type of food was plentiful and easy to obtain, I would almost certainly avoid killing animals because of the empathy I have for them. Yet, if I see some chicken breasts on sale at the grocery store, I'll snatch them up eagerly. I fully admit that this is because the emotional and physical distance from my dinner table to the animal that's being slaughtered is so great that I can just bury my head in the sand and pretend that I'm not doing anything that I would find objectionable. And there's no shortage of people who feel this way, so to that extent, VeganGains can make a solid moral argument. What he can't do, however, is convince people that their own root moral values are right or wrong. So when he's dealing with apparent sociopaths like YouTuber Destiny...
Are you really saying that it's perfectly fine to skin animals alive?
Yeah. Yeah, I would.
There's not much traction that can be made. This is just my opinion on the topic. I hope to see more good debates in the future, and VeganGains seems to be reining in the rage more these days, so that's good. I want to see him expose moral hypocrites and get them to recognize and acknowledge the flaws in their reasoning. Let me know what you think in the comments.